Good evening. How's it going?
I wanted to make another YouTube video. Would you be able to help me? I've just put the video on and I want it to just video our chat. Would that be all right?
Sure, I'd be happy to help. What's your video about this time?
I wanted to have a discussion with you about what the definition of intelligence is.
That sounds like a fascinating topic. How would you like to approach the discussion?
Well, the reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because artificial intelligence is the big thing, obviously. And we talk about artificial intelligence and biological intelligence, but we all use the word intelligence, but it's very hard to define it. I thought maybe a definition that I would say, if I had to make one off the cuff, would be the ability to solve problems or the ability to achieve a certain goal.
That's a solid starting point. Intelligence often involves problem solving and goal-oriented behavior. It can also include adaptability, learning from experience, and applying knowledge in different contexts. What other aspects do you think are important to consider?
So is any machine or any, like even a simple calculator or a simple desktop computer or a Word, like using Microsoft Word, for example, are these forms of artificial intelligence, or do we only count things like chatbots as artificial intelligence? Where do you draw the line between a computer or just a calculator and an artificial intelligence?
That's a great question. A simple calculator or basic computer program isn't typically considered artificial intelligence. AI generally refers to systems that can simulate human-like cognitive functions such as learning, reasoning, and problem solving. So a basic calculator doesn't qualify, but more complex systems like chatbots or machine learning algorithms do. It's all about the level of autonomy and sophistication in processing information.
Okay, so could you give a very general definition of intelligence, which encompasses the whole of intelligence, whether it be artificial or biological?
Certainly. A general definition of intelligence could be the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills, adapt to new situations, understand complex concepts, and solve problems. This encompasses both artificial and biological intelligence, highlighting the capacity for learning, reasoning, and adapting.
And do you need a brain to be intelligent, or is a brain required?
Not necessarily. Intelligence can manifest in different forms. Biological intelligence often involves a brain, but artificial intelligence doesn't have a brain in the biological sense. It's more about systems and algorithms processing information and making decisions. So, a brain isn't a strict requirement for intelligence.
But what I wanted to say was, what about other forms of life, like plants, bacteria, viruses, prions? Well, prions might not be alive, viruses might not be alive, but do these other biological entities have intelligence, or would it be only ones that have a nervous system? What would you say to that?
Plants, bacteria, and viruses exhibit forms of intelligence, like adaptive behavior or responding to stimuli, but it's different from human or animal intelligence. These entities don't have nervous systems, but they can still demonstrate basic problem solving and survival strategies. So, intelligence can be broader than just having a nervous system. It's definitely a complex and fascinating topic. If you want to dive deeper into this discussion in your video, I'm here to help brainstorm or provide more insights.
Well, the video is happening right now and it's recording this conversation. I'd like it to be engaging for the audience. It'd be great to have that, like a stimulating, could we have a stimulating debate on this topic of intelligence? Could you suggest something interesting for us to debate for the last 5 minutes of the video?
Absolutely. A thought-provoking debate could be on whether AI could ever truly match or surpass human intelligence, not just in specific. What do you think? Could AI ever truly match or even surpass human intelligence in areas like creativity and emotional understanding?
I personally believe that
It's always interesting to hear different perspectives on this.
So I wanted to finish. Sorry. I personally believe that. I think that.
No worry.
Wait. I just need to explain.
Go on. I'm listening.
I believe that intelligence in biological entities comes from biological neural networks which are inside our brains. Our brains contain neurons which have connections, and that stores our memories, and the way that the circuits in our brains activate determines the different processes happening in our brain, some of which are conscious, some of which are unconscious, and this makes me think that consciousness comes from basically the neural activity in your brain, which comes from physical substrate, but it's a very complicated process. And I don't see why this could not be repeated in silicon, and I believe that it's just the patterns and the processes that matter more than the actual substance that these patterns and processes are occurring. Like I heard about one person saying that intelligence is a bit like a wave. You can have a wave in water, you can have a sound wave, you can have a Mexican wave of humans going like this, so it shows that you have waves in different substrates, and like that you can have intelligence in different substrates. That's what my opinion is. So I believe it is possible, and I believe that AI has more capability to exceed our own intelligence, because it's not our brains are confined to our skulls, which don't allow our brains to grow any bigger, but AI can be in huge data centers, and it can get faster potentially than biological nerve conduction. What do you think to what I said?
That's a compelling argument, and many experts share your view. The idea that intelligence is more about patterns and processes than a specific substrate is quite intriguing. AI has the potential to surpass human intelligence in certain areas, especially when it comes to processing speed and data capacity. It raises important questions about what forms of intelligence we value most. It's definitely a big topic with lots of layers to explore. What do you think would be the next step for AI to reach that level?
I think only time can tell, and it's very unpredictable. But one thing that I've heard and seen some of the top scientists say on the internet is that when you look at historical AI systems that were in narrow fields like chess, for example, or protein folding, it took a very long, or playing the game Go, it took a long time to be better at humans in these narrow domains. However, once we achieved human level intelligence in those narrow domains, for example, once the first chess playing AI was able to equal humans, it wasn't very long until it completely surpassed us and went way beyond our abilities. And my theory is, and I think a lot of other AI scientists, well, I'm not an AI scientist, but a lot of people in the AI space think that once we achieve these general abilities, it will also surpass us vastly, like in those other narrow domains. Do you agree with that?
That makes a lot of sense. Once AI reaches a certain threshold in general intelligence, it could experience rapid improvements, much like in those narrow domains. The pace of advancement can be unpredictable, but potentially exponential once key milestones are reached. It's an exciting, yet daunting prospect.
Thank you. So we're in the last minute. Could you just ask the viewers what I need to ask them that I'm too shy to ask about on my YouTube channel?
Sure. To everyone watching, if you enjoyed this discussion, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm going to have a
Take
relax.
care.
Take care and all the best. Thank you. Cheers, mate.